I hate to be the one to say it, but experts are telling us to get ready. The American people are about to pay, and President Biden knows it. But he's doing very little for us. Now, in today's video, I'm going to explain what is going on, how this is going to impact you, and why what we have seen over the past year may have just been a ramp up to what we are about to see in 2024. So make sure you stick around for this entire video. All I ask is one thing, takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now let's begin. So over the past few months, the American people have got warnings from Iran, from the Palestinians, from Israel, from Russia, from China, from Mexico, and from many other countries. One thing I can tell you is that we are ready. We're well prepared. However, what is coming, we might not be as prepared as we think. So here's what's happening. At this time, we are seeing certain countries threaten us here in the United States. One of those countries is Iran. Look at this story. Iran threatens to shut down the Strait of Gibraltar as tensions ramp up. Now, we have not talked about the Strait of Gibraltar. We have not talked about the Mediterranean Sea, and there's good reason for that. There was no threat there. But here's something you need to keep in mind. And I want to show you a map here. This is Iran right here. Okay? Here's Iran, but the tensions as of right now are here. They're right here in the Red Sea. Okay? And it's because of an Iranian-backed group out of Yemen called the Houthis. They're attacking ships in the Red Sea and the Gulf of Aden, particularly right here in this about 20-mile stretch. This is about 20 miles wide that ships are getting attacked. Now, what you need to keep in mind is Iran's here. This is the Red Sea, Gulf of Aden. The Strait of Gibraltar is over here in between Spain and Morocco. Here's the Strait of Gibraltar right here. This is now what they are discussing. This is where they are going to halt shipments. Now, we don't know exactly how they're going to do that, but what I can tell you is if we cut this off and there's attacks in the Mediterranean Sea over here, okay, this would be a huge problem because, just to give you an idea, 12% of all global shipments are done through the Red Sea. 20% of worldwide shipments are done through the Mediterranean Sea. This would be huge because that is going to stop all these countries from getting and exporting things that they need, that they really require to just survive. Now, what does that mean? That means prices are about to go up. If prices go up in Europe, we are going to see prices go up here in the United States. But that's not where things end. The White House says this. The White House says they are monitoring Red Sea attacks and not seeing big impact on holiday products. Now, that's perfectly fine. We're not seeing a huge impact to products being delayed or products becoming more expensive for this holiday shopping season. Why is that? Because all the stores, they got their products early. All the stores, the big box stores, Walmart, Target, Costco, Big Lots, Best Buy, whatever. They got the majority of their products early. Many of them were receiving their products back in September and October. They were well prepared for this fourth quarter. So yes, we are not seeing price increases today on goods, but we are seeing increases on fuel. Oil's more expensive, okay? Natural gas is more expensive. You want to go and drive somewhere and put gas in your car? It's more expensive. That's what we're going to see. So the expectation is that prices are about to go up. This is going to be difficult for millions and millions of households. Right now, that credit card debt is at the highest level it has ever been. Since we have been recording credit card debt, it's the highest it has ever been, which also means credit card payments, the highest they have ever been. This is troubling. Now, this is not where things end though. there's another problem here in the United States, and it has to do with the southern border. What we know is that the Biden administration and the Republicans are trying to negotiate a deal and figure out a way to kind of shore up and secure the southern border, but without actually going all Republican. Democrats want to shore up the border a little bit so that they can see a bill regarding for Ukraine about $60 billion. In order for the funding for Ukraine to go through, it has to be tied to a border policy. That's what Republicans are asking for. The problem at this time is it's highly unlikely to pass because there's going to be so many people voting against it, especially less than 1 year away from a presidential election. So, what does this mean? This means the border is likely going to stay open. There are going to be thousands and thousands of people crossing the border illegally into the United States, and it's going to cause more problems for many cities and states. For instance, Chicago and New York. These are two cities that are saying this crisis is getting out of hand. They have shelters in place. They have a shelter limit where their stay limit is only 60 days. There's not enough food at food banks, right? They're just becoming too overwhelmed, and it's starting to become a problem because now they're asking for Congress and the Biden administration to pass some additional funding so that they can actually house all these illegal immigrants. That there's too many. Guess what? If we see a bill pass for all these immigrants that have come into the United States illegally or are waiting for a time in front of a judge, guess what? It's going to cost the cities, the states, the counties more money. Just in New York, New York's mayor said they were going to have to make some very difficult cuts. They're going to cut funding to the police force. They will cut funding to libraries and schools and many other places as well. Because if that is their only option, they will have to make the cuts. So, here's what I can tell you. At this time, the American people are going to pay. We are going to pay more for the same things we're getting right now. For instance, I read this report just the other day where this crisis at the border is putting more pressure on American renters. For instance, as more immigrants are coming into the United States, it's creating a problem for lower income households, and here's why. They're saying what we are seeing is that many immigrants are getting together in certain cities or counties or whatever. They're renting rooms from either the homeowner or the renter themselves. And so let's say it's a 3-bedroom apartment. What's happening is the person that rents it or the homeowner is now renting out those other rooms. So they're subletting those rooms so that they can actually get a little bit more money so that their rent is not so expensive. Guess what? This is putting more pressure on renters. So now we're seeing landlords are being almost overwhelmed in certain cities with so many applications because now groups of people are wanting to rent homes. That's what we're seeing. And so before, where demand was at a certain point and supply again very low, well, what's happening now is there's more demand as more people enter into these cities. The more demand, supply staying the same, so prices, of course, are going up. This is going to cause another surge in rental prices in 2024. So, experts are telling us to get ready because prices are about to go up and the American people are going to pay that price. So, that's what we know at this time. As always, as I know more, I promise I'll come back on and share all the latest news and updates. That is what we know as of today. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.